Hey, how's it going? Just getting everything set up so I can get warmed up here. Haven't even thrown a ball yet. Do some warm-up shots here. We're out here today so we can test out the new Bloody Ocean Pearl. Start with some spare practice. Give you guys some time to get onto the live here while I get myself warmed up. Need a close-up of the ball? Yeah, here you go. So I actually just shined mine up. Well, I didn't shine it. I've got it at 5,000 grit. But there is the brand new Bloody Ocean from Swag. There's my layout. So pin just right above the ring finger, PSA. It's in between my VAL and my bridge. So, you know, it's not exactly the strongest layout, but it's fairly strong. The unfortunate part is I don't have anything to compare it to because my PAP changed recently. All of my stuff has to be re-drilled because most of my stuff is drilled way too strong. Bareback, my stuff is stuck. I'm actually out here helping the owner test out a lane because it's been giving them issues, and it only took 3 shots and it's broken. So my Bloody Ocean is the 4.5 by 6 by 3 PAL layout. So it's, you know, again, it's actually, no, I'm sorry, it's 4 by 5 by 2. So I got a 4-inch pin to PAP, a 5-inch PSA to PAP. That didn't sound good coming out of the ball return. And the pin is 2 inches above my PAP to ring finger line. So, you know, it's going to have some decent back end shape to it, depending on how I throw it. I do have some other balls that I'm going to compare it to, though. You know, I did recently re-drill my Big Bro Big Guns, and I re-drilled my Graffiti Pop and my Geek, which is a symmetrical ball, the Geek. So there's a few other pearls that I can compare it to, just to get an idea. More? Well, yeah, actually I do, and here's why. So with my experience of bowling with Storm equipment, Brunswick equipment, and I've tried some Columbia equipment in the past and some Motive stuff, it seems like the swag balls hold up to abuse a lot more. What I mean by that is the cover stocks don't seem to lane shine as fast, and they last a lot longer. Like all reactive balls absorb oil, of course, whenever you throw them. The swag balls, for whatever reason, they seem to hold up a lot longer with that oil absorption. So I get a lot more lifetime out of my equipment than I did from Brunswick or Storm back when I used to throw them. Not only that, all the swag balls have the elasticy outer shell, which is a very powerful outer core wrapped around the inner core, and it really helps you carry those light hits. Still getting warmed up here. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so again, keep in mind, I've taken this ball and I changed the out-of-box surface. Out-of-box, it's about 2,000 True Cut, 4,000 Abralon. I've taken it up to 5,000 True Cut because I found the out-of-box surface just to be a little bit strong for me. So we're going to try and get this ball out to 10 down lane at the break point, about 14, 15 at the arrows here. And as you can see, that was a pretty good shot. A little bit of loft. It wanted to really get off that break point. Pretty strong. Now with the out-of-box surface, to me it was a little bit too early, and it wasn't giving me a lot of freedom at my break point. You know, I had to keep my angles pretty in front of me. So I wanted to see what this ball would do with a little bit shinier surface. And that's what I'm here to test. So that was a good shot out to 10. It came off the break point pretty hard. We're going to try and throw that same shot. Throw it a little faster this time. See if it'll stay there or not. I'm staying behind it. I'm not really rotating it that much. That's a little right. And of course it's a house shot, so it came off it no problem. Try and speed it up and keep it on line this time. I need to put new grip tape in my spare ball. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'm testing out a new wireless mic today, a Bluetooth one. Hoping that the audio quality is good. All right, try that again. Out to 10, 14 at the arrows, a little faster. That's better. There we go. That's about a half mile faster than the first shot I threw. Held line pretty well. As far as the break point shape, you know, it's not exactly like real jumpy and sharp. It's kind of like a strong arc motion. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, back when I was getting to the gym almost every day during the week, I've done that too. It really sucks. Definitely don't try and bowl until you know you're 100% healthy, because you use your groin muscles a heck of a lot more than you might think when you're bowling. Okay, so that was pretty good. We're gonna go 4 and 2 left off of that. Same rotation, same speed, out to 10. So we're gonna be about 16 at the arrows. See what this ball will give us. That's a little right. Yeah, expected. Out to 2-3. Opportunity to shoot a spare that I don't leave very often. Pretty good. There we go. All right, let's try that again. My feet are moving a little too fast because I'm trying to increase my ball speed. So we're going to dial the ball speed, or the feet, back a little bit, be a little bit more steady. Just get through it a little harder at the release point. That's better. Oh, pretty good. I was behind that one. Pocket 9 pin, anybody? not a bad shot for a 9-pin. Always practice your spares. 31, 20th Euros. That's left. Too far left. Okay, seeing as how we left the 9-pin on a pretty good shot, let's try and get that speed up just a little higher, see if we can't knock that 9-pin out. So I'm standing 29, looking 16, trying to get to 10 down lane, staying up the back of the ball as much as I can. That's pretty good. Little right. Rolled out the 2-pin. Why not? So remember, because of my hand position, if I get it to the right like that, obviously the ball is going to labor as it tries to recover because, you know, it's rolling forward at the end of the break point. If I was to get around it a little bit, I have no doubt it would come screaming off that spot. Try that one more time till we can hit that line. That's better. Go. Okay, not bad. A little bit faster, but there's that elasticy outer core that I was telling you about. So we came in about 16 and a half, maybe 16 down there at the break point as I went into the pins. So the entry angle was a little shallow, and that elasticy outer core really allowed that ball to carry that strike. So now with that amount of speed, I'm going to stay in the same place, keep the speed the same if I can. And we're going to change hand positions here. Go to my standard release, which is about 40-ish degrees or so of rotation. Not bad. Okay, see, so that labored it. So remember, whenever you start to rotate the ball more, it delays the motion through the front part of the lane. So it increases the skid length, and that's what you saw there. So we increased the skid length, and the ball was moving too fast for it to shape. So now we're going to throw that same shot, but we're going to dial the speed down a little bit. Try and go to my normal speed. Now also keep in mind, this is not a fresh house shot. This is kind of burned up a little bit, so there's going to be some carry down, which will obviously change the angles that I'm able to play at the moment. There we go. There's the 9-pin. Pretty good shot. You know, I dialed my speed down to about a half mile slower. Beautiful shape. I mean, 16 at the arrows, floated out to 10 beautifully, and I mean, it came off that break point strong. Since we missed the 9-pin last time, let's pick it up this time. There we go. Dead center, that's how it's done. Okay, so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. You know, it's a little speed sensitive, but again, a 5,000 grip ball, unless the lanes are super, super fresh, it's going to be speed sensitive because, you know, it's not going to read throughout the middle part of the lane necessarily as strong as you want. So I'm going to move left another 4 and 2. So now we're going to be, let's see here. So we're going to be 33. Out to 10. And we're going to be 18 at the arrows here. Normal ball speed, normal release. That's way right. Holy cow. I tried to send that to China. Try that again. Well, if anything, I'm getting some good spare practice. Okay, try that again. 33, 18, out to 10. Normal speed, normal release. A little bit of loft, that's 5. I haven't bowled in like 4 days. So everything's a bit out of whack right now. Oh, that's left. Okay, I promise. I'm going to get it online one of these times here. Make a slight adjustment to my hips here so I'm not projecting right so far. That's a little better. 8. Interesting. So, on this particular house shot, usually you can hit 8 to about 11 at the break point, still make it to the pocket. I think I've shot this spare enough the last 4 frames, we're going to skip it. So there could just be that much carry down. I don't know how busy they were last night, but it kind of is almost like there's a lot of carry down at the break point right now. Aim a little further left this time. Wheel. Now, there must be a lot of carry down there. That ball's skidding quite a bit further past the 41-foot mark than it should be. So I'm using my normal release right now, which, like I said, is about 45 degrees of rotation. I'm going to stay behind it, same area of the lane, and try and get that ball to read the mid lane a little better. Well, there's 11. There we go. Okay, so that's kind of what I was wanting to see. So I was behind that ball that time instead of delaying it. It read the middle part of the lane a lot stronger. And it held line just enough to carry out a strike instead of leaving like a 4-10 or a 4-7-10. Try that again here. Whoa, sticky spot. Hello. I stepped in something. Got to change my slide sole. Good thing I have extras. Okay. Looking 19 now. Trying to get it to 10 or 11 down lane. Staying behind it mostly. That's 12. It's got a little bit of float to it there. I kind of want to see, the other day I was out here after work and the lanes had just been oiled and I did have a chance to throw this ball at the new surface of 5000 on freshly oiled lanes and it just would not stop. I mean, I could stand as far left as I wanted and throw it as far right as I wanted, and it just wanted to come back all day long. So, and keep in mind, carry down, it's going to do that too no matter what you throw. Unless you're throwing a ball that's super, super early in the fronts, that's going to affect your down lane shape. Try one more shot here. That's way left. Hello. Yeah, you can really see how much carry down there is. I mean, that was 17 down lane, and 8 went through the head pin. So we're going to have to adjust for the carry down. And the way I adjust for carry down is I use it as hold. So I'm going to move way right here. I'm going to go all the way to 20. Make sure my speed is up there. 10 down lane. Looking 11, 12, staying behind the ball. Pretty good. Okay, let's get it to the right a little bit. So that was 10. It picked up a little early off the break point. I'm gonna go probably at same area with my feet. We're gonna look at 8 down lane. See if we can catch that extra carry down there. So standing 20, looking 10, 11, but we're gonna send it to 8 this time. And let the ball roll forward. Sit. No way, no how. That was right early, actually. So that was, what? That got to 4 at about 30 feet. No way that's going to sit there. All right. I'm going to adjust left just a bit. 2 boards. Give it some angle. 8 down lane. 12 up front. Or 10. So the outside shot is super dry. And the inside shot is super slick. At least that's how it's playing right now. Okay, I'm gonna move back left to the deep inside line here. Oh, that's much better. There's 10. Yeah, see, so it kind of labored a little bit, but again, when I get inside like that, there just it seems to be so much carry down. There's no way it's gonna shape off that break point. I could try rotating it a heck of a lot more, but I'd have to dial my speed way, way down. But I am getting a good idea of what this ball would be doing if the lanes were super fresh. So let's see. I'm going to take a step forward, same line, bit more rotation, less speed here. Much slower. There's 10. Yeah, see, so it came around the corner that time. I was on top of my last shot, but the speed was probably 1 mile an hour slower, and it came around the corner, and that's just that 5,000 grit surface. At this stage, with all that carry down, if I was to take this in the shop and put a 2,000 grit surface back on it, I have no doubt at all that it would read through the carry down and go into the pins strong. All right, let's go back to the right here. 25. I'm gonna go 8 down lane, 13 and 14 at the arrows. Normal speed. Tug left. That was terrible. Let's throw, my big guns has a much weaker layout. So my big guns, Big Bro Big Guns, this ball came out several months ago, but it's a 4.5 by 6 by 3 layout. So the pin is quite a bit taller, PSA under the bridge. It's gonna have a much sharper response to friction when it finds it. But on top of that, it's gonna float to the front a lot more than that Bloody Ocean because that Bloody Ocean's a stronger layout. So we're gonna go 25 to 10. Looking 15 at the arrows, standing 25. See what we get here. Pretty good. See the difference? I mean, layouts are big, you know? I mean, I know a lot of people say that layout doesn't mean that much, and the ball surface and how it's prepared is what matters most. Don't get me wrong, that's true, but you can't fight a bad layout on a ball. You can see the clear difference there. Let me throw the Bloody Ocean in that exact same spot, and you'll see the difference. Now, both these balls are 5,000 grit. The only difference is the core. They're both Pro cover stock, and actually, this Bloody Ocean has a new Pro cover stock that we're coming out with this year on most of our releases. We're gonna throw the Bloody Ocean in the same spot, same everything, and you'll see the difference it makes with the layout. So Bloody Ocean, much stronger, much earlier. It did get through the front, but it read the middle part of the lane much more strong than the Big Guns did, and the break point was much smoother. But as you can see, more continuation, so it went through the pins, left me a 9-pin, whereas the Big Guns had more entry angle, deflected a little bit, carried the strike. That's how you want to hit your single pins, folks. Dead center. Now, as far as which shape do I like seeing the most, I like kind of a smoother break point most of the time, like what we're getting with the Bloody Ocean, but obviously that's going to have its limitations. Smoother break points have a tendency to not play so well when there's carry down, especially a lot of it. And they also don't play very well on certain patterns, like longer oil patterns. We have a few boards left. Try and get the 9-pin out. Decent shot. Yeah, see, so now I'm going to throw the Big Guns in that same spot. You'll see. That Big Guns will probably have enough entry angle to get that 10-pin to go. Whereas that Bloody Ocean was so strong in the mid lane, it did not continue through the pins. Pick up this 10-pin first. Go ball. Oh, just to the right. Half a board. Half a board over 60 feet makes all the difference on those single pin corners. Okay, so Big Guns now. Same line as the last shot. See how much more breakpoint shape there is on that ball? Same line. But that ball, when it hit down lane, it just wanted to go left. And that's going to force my feet left. Get this 9-pin out of there. So based on that last shot, we're going to go probably 4 and 2 because we were across the head pin. My ball speed right now is probably my normal, which offhand is usually about 20 miles an hour. At the pins, about 18-ish. So we're going to go, let's see, last shot was 27 on the approach. So we're going to go 30. 2 boards left at the arrows. Same rotation. Pretty good. Get up. Oh yeah, see? I know that Bloody Ocean won't do that just because of the layout. 4 by 5 by 2 is much earlier, stronger than 4.5 by 6 by 3 in the PAL layout system. Doesn't mean necessarily that it's a bad ball. It just means you have to use the ball at the proper time. And when the lanes are slightly burnt up like this, and there's carry down, that's not the right time to use that ball. Oh, that's way left. But there's the Brooklyn. Why not? All right, we'll throw the Bloody Ocean in that same area. Can't fight bad ball reaction, guys. And right now, Based upon the lane conditions we got here, in combination with the layout on this ball, on top of its surface prep, it's just not giving me good ball reaction. A little bit to the right, but so you could see that. So I mean, we were 9 down lane, pretty close, a board off. It was just smooth and kind of, you know, like a medium fast arc motion, whereas that Big Bro with that different layout, clean to the front, later mid lane read, and just boom, left off of it. Now, like I said earlier, I was out here the other day on a fresh house condition, and that's where that Bloody Ocean really shined really good. On the back ends were nice and sharp. That ball would just not quit. Didn't seem to matter where I stood or where I threw it. Oh, kiss it. Okay. So all that means is, for me, the Bloody Ocean with that layout, I'll use on mostly fresh conditions. You know, if I need a tamer break point, I'll surface it. If I don't, I'll leave it at 5,000 grit like I currently have it. I throw that shot one more time with the Bloody Ocean. We'll step forward though and dial the speed back. And pretty sure it's going to come around the corner. No issue. Yeah, see that? So that was a little bit further right, like 8.5, between 8.5 and 9, but that slower speed just allows that core to right the ball and get it into a roll. So overall, it's a great ball. Now that I've drilled it, I don't know, it's tough to say whether I like the layout I put out on this ball or not. The last Bloody Ocean I had drilled a little bit weaker, kind of similar to what I had on the big guns, but I wanted to see what this ball would do with a stronger layout. I think I like it. You know, with some surface, it would be a good fresh oil ball. 5,000 grit, I don't know. Depending on the amount of volume you're bowling on, it might be good at that surface as well. Is it as good as the old Bloody Ocean? I would say definitely, especially because this one has the addition of that elasticy outer core, whereas the old one did not. It's still a 2-piece ball, though. You got to keep that in mind. Big, strong core in the ball. The intermediate differential isn't the strongest, but it isn't the weakest. It's about a medium intermediate differential. Just back to the right a bit. Get the speed back up. Hey, no 10 pin there. See, and right now in these conditions, that's where that ball really comes alive. Let's switch it up. Give the Geek a try. Now, like I said, I recently re-drilled the Geek. My pin used to be a lot closer to my fingers and in a lot more of a leverage position. So now it's higher up, more above my bridge. This ball should really float and have a powerful back end shape. So 30 out to 10, looking 17. That's left. Oh, that's going to go hard. Oh, not as hard as I thought, I guess. Must have caught that down lane carry down. Oh, that was 10th frame too. That was on a pretty good pace. Only one open frame. Had a double going into the 10th frame. Oh, get the 6. I almost bounced it back up on there. That seems to be my issue though all the time, even out on the PBA. Is I'll get going on a good game, and then 10th frame, that's when I make all my mistakes, which is what I need to work on, because that's when you want to capitalize on a good game, not make a bunch of mistakes. Try and dig my fingers into this ball a little bit more. Ring fingers a little bit more loose than I usually have. Much better. Symmetrical ball, back ends aren't necessarily fresh, so kind of comparable to what we had with the Bloody Ocean. I did get around that a little bit. I'm going to stay more behind it this time. Same area though, same line. I should really have tape on my ring finger because it's so loose, but I don't. Oh, that's way left. Yeah, that feel I got in my ring finger is so loose I can't get my hand in the ball right. And I really don't feel like wasting tape. We'll just have to dig my fingers in as far as I can get them. Yeah, sorry about the choppiness. Cell service out here isn't exactly the greatest. I don't have access to Wi-Fi. Come a bit to the right. Go 5 and 2 right. Oh, and I tugged. See if I can't zoom this in for you guys here. I've got my camera reversed. There we go. Symmetrical ball is just too smooth even when I do make a good shot with it. I need to work on that ring finger on that ball because this Bloody Ocean feels so much better in my grip. Oop. There we go. Now the only other ball I've got to compare it to is the Graffiti Pop. But again, I just re-drilled this, so pin much closer to the fingers. PSA is actually swung all the way out onto my VAL, which is going to make this ball flare a ton and basically roll forward at the break point. Surface preparation's exactly the same as the Bloody Ocean and the big guns. See the difference in shape? That's purely layout right there. Much smoother, a lot of flare, controlled reaction on the back. All three of these balls are pretty similar as far as their core stats. You know, actually that Graffiti ball that I just threw the pop has the strongest intermediate differential out of all three of them. So far, it's the only reaction that's actually left me a 4-pin. So let's go a little bit left, 2 and 1. See if we can get the 4 out of there. I came around it a little bit. Don't want to do that with that ball. It was slow, and I rotated it a ton. Oh, yay, my favorite spare in the whole wide world, 36910. I really despise this spare. Nope. Because it's hard for me to hook at it and cover it. And when I throw straight at it, it takes a lot of accuracy to get it. You got to hit that 6-pin just on the left front edge. And if you don't, you chop the 9-pin on every single time. It's either the 9-pin or the 10-pin that gets chopped. Try that again. There's a better release. Yeah, see how that ball gets off that pattern totally different compared to the other two? Forward off the break point, that split the 8th and 9 very well. The only bad thing about that layout is it's a 5x5x1, and I have a tendency to clip the middle finger when the ball enters its roll. So we're going to throw the Bloody Ocean on that exact same line. A little bit to the right. There's that elastic E coming in for you. Light hit on the head pin, splashed all the pins out. So a 5x5x1, which is what's on that graffiti ball, you know, the pin's quite a bit taller, but that PSA at 5 inches is in a very strong location on the VAL. So that ball is just flaring and rolling, essentially. Oh, sticky spot. Hello. Oh, yay, we get to go for a washout almost. You know, I did actually pick this up a couple weekends ago in Spokane, which was exciting for me because, you know, this is quite the split. But it's going to be close. Just a little too far left. Oh boy, that's right again. Two-handed carry, right? Why not? I think we might be working ourselves a line in the oil finally. That Bloody Ocean is starting to get a better reaction as I throw it. Let's get it online this time. How about? See if my body actually decides to do the right thing here. Which is, you know, not miss right. Oh, well, we didn't miss right, we missed left. Hey, look at that, messed up in the 10th frame again. At this point, I'm used to doing that. Not a good thing. Okay, make sure I focus on this shot. Much better. And there's the 9 pin. It was a good shot though. All right, guys, that's it for today's live. Just wanted to show you a little bit of an intro on the Bloody Ocean, the new Bloody Ocean. If I can get my phone to zoom out here, that would be nice. Yeah, I'm sorry for it being so choppy. I don't have Wi-Fi out here. But anyway, that's the new Bloody Ocean from Swag. It came out last week. Overall, pretty good ball. You know, going back to how I laid it out, I wish I would have laid it out a little bit weaker. But with that being said, you know, I can adjust the surface on that ball. I can make it read up a little bit earlier if I wanted to. You know, the out-of-box 2,000 grit surface was very strong for me, so I put it up to 5,000 to see what it could do. And on fresh oil, when the back ends are nice and sharp, that ball just wants to go, go, go. When there's some carry down like there is right now, with the fronts a little burned up and the middle part of the lane kind of, you know, wishy-washy, it's kind of mediocre at best. You know, you have to be real dead on accurate with your brake point. You can't be a little right, can't be a little left, because it's not going to read the lane right. So with that being said, I'll probably keep that ball at a rough surface anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 grit, because it seems to give me a little bit better performance that way. That way I can use it a little bit later on, like when the lanes are at why they are right now. But if I was to get another one, I would definitely drill it a little bit weaker and go with like a 4.5 by 6 by 3. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining the live. I'll see you next time.